How's it going? Ah, I just thought I'd come on. You know, I was thinking about it in a video I saw the other day of how this guy's saying, you know, the biggest obstacle between you and making something of yourself as a content creator is often just hitting the record button. So I was like, you know, I got some time. I'm driving down Highway 4. Well, yeah, I'll hit the damn record button. Let's go live. Alright, so I'm heading to a little town outside of Stockton to take the first 8 hours of my CCW class. Man, Highway 4 is messed up. I don't know how many people drive this a lot, but man, it is messed up. Like the whole damn road is a giant speed bump. Anyways. Oh, damn. What the hell? I'm in my work van, filled with tools. Woo. Man, these bridges are tough. That's exciting. That's funny. Yeah, and so I'm like bouncing all over the damn place. Anyways, so yeah, I learned yesterday, well, night before yesterday, that this isn't a, it's not an 8-hour class, it's a 16-hour class, and it's all weekend. So I getting a room out there, have to stay the night, go back Sunday for another 8 hours. I'll miss church. Oh well, I mean, it can't be avoided at this point, but I'll have to let all my friends know. Anyways, hey, they might know by the time I get a chance to tell them. A lot of them are following me. Yep, so that's all. That's just going online. Oh. Man, this road is terrible. At least it's a little smoother over here. Okay, after the second bridge, it's a little smoother. Damn, crazy. Oh yeah, this is a nice new road. Finally, our tax dollar's doing something. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I can't read the comments. I'm driving. Man, I am thirsty as hell. At least the road is calmed down. Here. Brought my coffee. First cup. I just use good old Folgers. But for this, 2 scoops of raw sugar, 2 scoops of hot cocoa powder, and about probably 1/8 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. That's my coffee every day. It'll last me all day. Still be drinking it when I get home. It looks like I got some viewers. Hey, how's it going? And a couple thumbs up. Right on. So if you've never seen me before, I'm kind of new to this content creation game. Only a little over a month, maybe 2 months almost. Matter of fact, yeah, less than 2 months, because I just did my 43rd episode of my live stream last night. And episode 44 will be on Monday at 7 p.m. My Bible reading live stream. If you like the Bible, or if you've never read the Bible like me, it's perfect. Right now we're working on Genesis. This is our 4th book of the Bible in, like I said, 43 episodes, so 43 days worth of reading the Bible. And so we went through John, Revelation, Daniel, and now we're on Genesis. Okay, put it to a unanimous vote. So I do the live stream with my daughter, who lives in Tennessee, and I live in California. And it's kind of a relationship rebuilding process. So I was kind of gone for a lot of her life. Well, not kind of. I mean, I was gone, and I had severe. I know this is gonna sound so stupid, but I had a severe video game addiction. Severe. I mean, I go to sleep in my chair so I wouldn't have to get back up and go back to the other room where my game was set up. Drove my wife insane. Well, I didn't do that when she was home. I wasn't allowed when she was home. But she works out of town a lot, and so, man, I could put in 20 hours a day playing a game and not do anything else and barely eat. Of course, it was good for weight loss. It kind of started to look like Asmongold. But, yeah, so after Charlie Kirk was shot, and I saw the most terrible videos, and happened to look at it just minutes after it happened, and I was forever changed. I unplugged my PlayStation. It's in the other room. I don't even look at it anymore. Barely think about it. Every once in a while I think about it. Like last night I was thinking about this damn fishing game. Devil trying to get me back into that old groove, and I'm not interested. I don't want that. I look at it like smoking now. When I quit smoking cigarettes, it's not that I hated people who smoked, it's that I hated cigarettes, and I hated the fact that I smelled like that for 25, 30 years. Crazy. You know, and by the time I quit, there was $6.50 a pack. And I was going through almost 2 a day, like pack and a half a day. So, yeah, I look back at that. Like, the smoking was like, I look back at it as the stupidest thing I'd ever done until I quit playing video games. And Charlie Kirk's death just drilled it into my head. Drilled it in. That I'm wasting so much time. I spent probably 20 years of my life behind a video game console. 46 years old. You know, it's 7:41 or thereabouts Pacific time right now, and I would have been up about an hour ago so I could brush my teeth, make my coffee, and get on the game before my wife woke up. So I could at least get an hour or two in, and you know, and if she was not feeling good, she would probably stay in bed all day, and then I could play games all day. But yeah, I looked at how Charlie lived his life. I really took a deep look after he was killed. He never wasted a damn second. He would have never, ever sat and played a damn video game instead of reading a book, or instead of, you know, making some content, getting out there and trying to change hearts and minds. That's what I need to be focused on. I can't be wasting so much time. So that's what I'm doing. And taking over my father's construction company, which I'm, to be perfectly honest, I am scared to death of. That's a lot of responsibility, a lot of work. Hearing him talk about how he was up for 20 hours, you know, working on tax this and paperwork that. And I don't know if that's the life I want for myself. You know, but I'm willing to take it on, at least for the experience, and I need to do it well. But I don't have to do it forever. There's nothing stopping me from building a clientele and then selling the business, especially if something like this starts to pan out. This would be wonderful. And so, to be perfectly honest, I've always felt that I shouldn't be up on roofs. I should be behind a microphone, and I should be talking to people, be making music, doing that kind of stuff. Entertaining. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't find me very entertaining. So it's something that I would have to either work on or live with. But anywho, first step is hitting the damn go live button. And just putting your face and your voice out there. Anybody can do it. If there's one thing that I learned from following Tom McDonald and looking at him and his life and what he's gone through, that's possible for anyone. Of course, he's pretty damn talented guy. So yeah, please, if you've never seen me before, please check out my YouTube channel, OB Woodchuck. I just started a domain name the other night. I don't even know what the hell to do with it yet. So new to technology. My last computer before this laptop I recently bought had a dial-up modem and 365 megabytes of RAM. That's how long it's been since I've had a computer. My PlayStations and my phones have been my only connection to the web, internet. Sure, I've learned how to do a lot with them. But it's amazing when I got that laptop. It's amazing what I figured out how to do. I didn't think that I'd be able to learn so quick. But I did. And it is fun. And I had to use nobody in my house could teach me how to use a computer other than my daughter, who wasn't really, we're very opposite ideologically. But we're still very close. I mean, considering. And we could be closer, and I'm working on that. It's either I have to work on her with our relationship and just trying to live straight and narrow life as much as possible and be a better example from here on out. Because I can't capitulate to her points of view. They just go against everything I believe in. I can't let her force me to call her a man. She's not a man. She was born a girl. I was there. Saw the whole thing. And nothing has changed. She's going to always be my little girl. And that was a point of contention for a little while. But only a little while. Like a couple years. So we had a good talk, and I just explained to her that exact point of view. Look, to me, you'll always be my little girl, no matter what you call yourself, what you think or do or say. You're always going to be the little girl I adore. Sorry. Even if you have some prosthetic ding-along sewn on or whatever happens, I'm not going to support that. Especially before you're old enough to make those kinds of medical decisions on your own. Once you're 18, I can't stop you from doing whatever the hell you want to do, but until then, you're damn right I can, because I'm not going to be held responsible in your eyes. When you realize you've made a big mistake, why did I let you do that? Nope, sorry. And if I end up making the big mistake and not letting you, and you do it anyways, then, hey, then I'll let that be on my conscience. But I'm not gambling with that. And she's kind of a big girl, and she's looking into doing some things that might drastically help her with weight gain or weight loss, and where typical results, you guys can figure out kind of probably what I'm talking about by the clues I'm dropping, but she could lose up to 70% of her excess body weight just by having this surgery. And I'll tell you, I am convinced that if that were to happen, and she lost 100 pounds or 150 pounds, I can only imagine, her point of view about herself would change so drastically, that she would no longer need these fictions to help her feel good about herself. And it's sad. It's sad when her children are being put through these days, and it's all our fault. My fault, especially for letting her have a damn phone when she was little. I held out for as long as I could. Then they got pressure from mom and grandma and everybody that she needs a phone. She needs a phone. It's important. It's important. She needs a phone with everything on it. Sure enough. It's funny, we talked about it on several occasions, and I asked if she thought her life would be drastically different if she was never exposed to the internet at a young age. She could not help but agree. Yeah, drastically different. The stuff that she was exposed to at a young age, no children should be exposed to. And we're just handing it over, just letting them have it. Yeah, here, have fun. And I was too focused on my damn video games to pay any attention. And until I did, and then I ended up taking her phone away for a year, almost a year, until, and she did all kinds of drastic stuff to try to get it back. She thinks she's 12 years old and pretending like she's gonna take her own life. It's a cry for attention. And when the police came, she called the police to say she was going to take her own life. Can you believe that? And so the police came, took her away. It was supposed to be a 72-hour hold, but I had her out that night. It was obvious. I went into the little meeting, and it was obvious. She made it pretty damn obvious, even with the stuff she was saying, that she just wanted to get her phone back. She didn't think she could live without her phone. And so it was just BS. Manipulating me. Trying to manipulate me, but I wasn't buying it. I still got to take her home that night. Actually, no, that's right. They kept her overnight. Kind of teach her a little lesson. And I think it worked. Never tried that again. So you can't capitulate to these kids. And it was my fault for letting her have the phone to start with. Because then she became hooked. It's an addictive thing. I have my phone on my person at all times. I go to the bathroom with my phone. I take a shower with my phone. It is an addictive device. And I can recognize it. I can see it. And I still do it. For a poor kid that can't comprehend how their mind is coming to depend on this device, it's just dangerous. We're turning them into little zombies. Oh, people don't like that. One viewer. Let me borrow $1. Faith and prayer with fast. Oh, thank you, Lady LDS. You're here. Wonderful. Sorry, I haven't been watching the comments. I've just been rambling. I've got another 15 minutes to go. Oh, nice. I'm going to be early. I'm supposed to be there by 9. Actually, 15 minutes early, so 8:45. But yeah, I'm excited about this class. I'm a little less excited when I realized it was 2 8-hour days in a row, but whew, okay, I'm ready. So much for a relaxing weekend. And then Monday, yeah, Lady LDS, thank you for being here. I have to inform you that Monday I will probably miss my live stream. I will be in Berkeley. I don't know if I'll be able to go live from there or not, or what I'll be able to do. If it's possible, I will go out at 7 and make a showing. You know, if they have in and out privileges or whatever, I'll make a showing and let everybody know what's going on and what I've seen so far and how awesome it is, and then love you later. Bye. Get back in there, because I don't want to miss Rob Schneider. I am so excited. That's going to be so much fun. And I made a contact with a lady last night named Beth Bourne. Beth, can't remember her middle name now, but Beth Bourne. B like Jason Bourne. Check her out. She is a trip. And she's a trip. She's been fighting against in the school boards meetings and stuff against the trans activism and stumbling over my word. The fact that they let the schools transition your kids without telling the parents. They can let them change their name and refer to them as a different sex, and without ever mentioning anything to the parent. Matter of fact, actually physically trying to hide the facts from the parents if the child says that they're worried the parents won't agree. Well, then we won't tell them. It'll be just between us at the school, all of us at the school. The principal will play along, the vice principal will play along, everybody will play along, and they'll feed into this confusion. They're supposed to be at school to be teaching them how to think, not what to think. Crazy. Don't get me started. So yeah. Anyways, if I don't make it on Monday, that's why. I will try to update everybody as much as possible. If I'm able to hide my phone and go live for just a few seconds, like, sorry, I won't be here tonight, I'll do that. But so that's my day. I doubt I'll get to go live during my class. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be awesome. Let's set up my phone and go live for this class. You know what, I might ask. I doubt they'll say yes, but that would be awesome. That would be cool. Find everybody to see the damn CCW class. That would be great. But yeah, 16 hours. My wife wasn't too happy when I told her. But she's like, well, you should probably get a room. And she's right. I don't want to have to get up at 5:30 in the morning again. But I was so excited last night, I didn't get to sleep till probably 12:30. Laid in bed for 2.5 hours. I even turned on Star Trek: The Next Generation, thinking that would help me go right to sleep. Didn't help at all. It was more interesting than ever. Oh man. I think I might stop at Carl's Jr. and get a biscuit. Biscuit and some French toast sticks. That'll be my lunch. Because they're good even when they're cold. Just so you know. And they're good. They're good. You got some sugar and some carbs, and keep you going for the next half of the day. And if that's all you eat, you know, you won't gain too much weight. But carrying stuff up and down a ladder and walking up and down roofs, that kind of helps keep me in shape. So I need to start thinking about how to eat healthier for when if this ever takes off, if I ever become financially independent, where I don't need to, I can work for myself doing what I love, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get exercise, because I don't do exercise unless it's at work. Oh. Eat. I'm sorry, I can't read that right now. But good thing I'm gonna be early. I'll have time to go through the comments. I'm sure probably not some not very nice ones in there. It's a favorite for some reason. I don't know. It's like somehow, I don't know why, but I get a sense of satisfaction when I get under the skin of bad people. Well, I mean, because what am I doing here? I'm just talking, I'm having a point of view. I'm not insulting anybody. You know, for somebody to have a bad reaction to that is just, I don't know, something wrong with you. And happy to interact. Who's that? I can't see right now. Can't see anything through these sunglasses, and it's too bright to take them off. It's a little foggy. So, just have to wait till I get there. I've already gone through Stockton. Oh, I love this area. It's all grass, all fields and orchards, and probably going to be a whole bunch of no on Prop 50 signs still up. Just like another video I posted where they had that gigantic, it must have been a 20-foot long American flag on a 40-foot long flagpole, 40-foot tall flagpole. It was beautiful. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why. Thank you so much for joining me all the time, Lady LDS. I really appreciate your viewership. I don't know who else is there. I think I recognize that picture, but I can't see it at the moment. But I don't know how far away I am, because my navigation has stopped figuring out where I am. This is the blank map, and it said 6.1 miles to my turn for several miles now, so I have to keep looking for this road name. La-da-da. Hang on. Well, that's not too bad. I am concentrating on the road. That's why I'm not reading it. Well, why I'm not reading many of the comments. You know, there was a time before cell phone laws and all that stuff, you know, people used to do all kinds of stuff while driving, and nobody said anything. And there were fewer accidents probably then than there are now with how many stupid people are driving. I mean, I probably shouldn't say that, but we all know it's true. There's more dumb people on the road today than there was 30 years ago. Probably because there's more dumb people per capita. And I think the education system for that. So, you know, with the increase of dumb people comes the increase of stupid laws that restrict what we can and can't do. You know, because We have to have laws that cater to the lowest common denominator to keep everybody safe across the board. I hate that kind of stuff. Hate it. Hate it. You know, of course, the police can be on their computer, on their laptop, while they're driving down the road, but it's okay because they're somehow better than the rest of us, you know, cognitively wise. You know, they can do that and drive, and it's not against the law for them because they're smarter than the rest of us, you know, and they can actually focus on more than one thing at a time. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't subscribe to that frame of thought. I've been eating, and I used to read. I've read several books while driving. And I never got in an accident. At least not while doing any of those things. I've been in accidents, but it wasn't from reading or whatever. You know, it's always been stupid stuff, mostly not my fault. I got rear-ended. You know, the lady, you know, saw we were coming to a stop and tried to go around, and she miscalculated, hit the back of my all middle bumper, crunched her car up real good. Well, she was not a happy camper. But I sat with her on the side of the road. It was dark, and I called my wife. She's like, "Don't leave her on the side of the road." I wasn't gonna. You know, she called her husband, and felt like I did a good deed. All right, so something is going on. It does not know where I am. I think I just passed the road. See if it'll recalculate now that Nope, it will not. All right, well, in that case, that would be adding one too many things to what I can do all at once. So I don't think I can operate a live stream and change the screen and look up an address and do all that all at once. So I'm not going to. What I am going to do is I'm going to thank everybody for coming. Love ya. I don't know if I'll be able to look at these comments later. I think I can. And if I'm able to respond to them, I will. All right, everybody. Love you, Lady LDS. Love you, everybody. Don't forget, like and subscribe to OB Woodchuck at Yahoo, or at OB Woodchuck at YouTube. And join my live stream every night, 7 p.m. All right. Thank you. Later.